Today on American Outlaw, is the 308 obsolete? This is what you wanted, 308 versus 6.5 Creedmoor, 1,200 meters on a ballistic dummy. Let's see what it'll do. All right, guys, I'm sick. I know I'm sick. You're going to hear it in my voice. I'm sorry, but the show must go on. So today I brought with me my good friend. I guess we've been friends a decade. Jason Pike. Jason, thanks for coming. And tell him what you do. What is your channel first? He has a big YouTube channel. If you don't know about Jason, something's wrong with you.
I run a company called Frogman Tactical YouTube channel. I've been training for about 20 years. Love doing what I do.
So what is your background before training?
Former SEAL, combat veteran, contractor, and started my companies and just enjoying life.
All right, so why is Jason critical to this video? Jason has seen a lot of combat in the early days of GWAT. For you kids who don't know, that's a global war on terror. I think you guys called that like the cowboy days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's got to see more than probably most wounds like on what we're about to see on this dummy, right?
Absolutely.
So what we're doing with this is we're using Jason's experience to say at 600 yards, 800 yards, 1,000 yards, and 1,200 yards, what is a 308 going to do versus 6.5 Creedmoor? Because we're hearing a lot all over that the 308 is obsolete. And I think you've seen some work with the 308.
Yeah.
Do you think it's obsolete?
Absolutely not. I think the reason why most people say that is simply based on the fact that the 308 is affected more by the wind than the 6.5. It's a lot flatter trajectory. So I love the 308.
We're going to see today, we're going to see energy on target. What is it doing? And we'll try to give you the best in our experience what the terminal ballistics. Remember, you have internal, external, and terminal ballistics. Terminal ballistics is after it hits the target and to see how effective it is, and is the 308 obsolete. All right, guys, so here's what we're going to do. This is the 308. The 308 is up first. We're at 600. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure we hit the target, the actual steel target, and make sure our dope is correct, our windage call is direct, and we'll follow up immediately on the dummy. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to hold, I'm going to favor just right, just a little.
Send it. 10 o'clock. Let's do half mil.
Down?
To the right.
To the right, okay.
Hit.
All right, on the dummy, here we go.
Send it.
Nate, did I hit that dummy?
I saw it move, so I'm going to say yes.
All right, hit the dummy. That's a dummy impact. All right, let's switch to the 6.5 Creedmoor. Jason, you want to shoot the Creedmoor? Okay, your high left. Come down 2/10,
Yep.
and then just give it half mil to the right. Right to the left of it.
Did it really?
How much wind are you giving it right now?
Not even half a mil, quarter mil.
Okay, give it a half a mil. Okay, come up 2/10.
Up.
Yep, and then hold the same windage. All right, shoot the dummy. All right.
Don't worry, we're professionals.
Hold the same wind. I'm on the dummy. Boom, got him. Oh my gosh, it squirted blood everywhere.
Spilling out the front.
That was awesome. Dude, that thing went to bleeding everywhere.
A good hold on that one would have been about 1 mil. I was holding about a half. Oh, that one's a showstopper right there. So I'm holding right in here and a hit right in there. Still a long shot, man. He's not going anywhere.
I want to give you the dope and the wind readage as we did this. The wind picked up just a little bit from when I was shooting from when Jason was. I was holding a half a mil, and I was trying to hit him in the chest here, and I hit him in the neck here. Now, I was at 4.5 mils. Jason was on the 308. Jason was at 3.5 mils, but had a little more wind.
Yeah.
And so the 308 came in through his neck, literally broke his spine, exited. Jason, from this shot right here, in your experience, is this guy walking away from this?
No, this one is a showstopper right here. I mean, ideally, if you were to shoot someone outside of being in the hips and completely incapacitating them in that manner, this is your best shot outside of a headshot.
Yeah, so it's going to paralyze him because it would have cut his spine. All right, so the 6.5 Creedmoor, they came in just above the pec. Looks like it broke that rib, broke this rib. So this bullet opened up more, but it still came all the way out. Shot placement is key here. I got lucky. I don't think I could do that again. A shot like this on a threat, what would this do to him? Your best guess.
Both of these are showstoppers. If you've ever broken a rib, cracked a rib, you know how hard it is to even just get out of bed. So imagine having to function and, you know, operate and kill your enemy with a shot like this. So what's interesting to me is just looking at the exit wounds, how much larger yours is. I don't know if it hit a piece of the bone and threw it out the back, but the spinal column here, stick your finger in there, it's shredded. I mean, they're done.
Oh, there's a bunch of frag in here. I just looked at all this frag on this side. So this is the Hornady ELD match. Bunch of frag in there.
The whole scapula is shattered. So his whole right side, even if he were to able to get up and function, I mean, his whole right side is done. He's not lifting his arm. He's pretty much out of the fight.
So 600, both guns are absolutely effective. All right, let's do 800. All right, let's pull this up. Over it.
12 o'clock. You see it?
Yeah. Over it.
10 o'clock. That one went to the 10, right off the edge. Impact, 9 o'clock, edge of target.
Here we go at the target, Nate.
That was a hit.
Yeah, fuck yeah. One of the things I want to talk to you about is your bullet is going into the wind. Your bullet is going to come up a little bit. If the wind is at your back, the bullet's going to come down just a little bit. That's why you're playing with these little tints when the wind is kind of shifting on us.
All right. What'd you say on your hold? I'm sorry.
Try 1.5 mil. Try 1 mil. Let's just go 1 mil. Okay, that was off the right-hand side of the target. Okay, go to the dummy.
9 o'clock on the edge. So it'll probably hold a 1/4 mil.
Yeah, probably a 1/4 mil. The wind had just died off right there. All right, Nate, here it comes. On glass. Pretty sure you just hit it. Nate, did he hit it?
So, yep, I can see the figure. Looks like it's dead center.
Dope was 5.4.
5.4.
And mine was 7.3.
So now we're going to start seeing that trajectory.
We're going to start seeing the trajectory and the ballistic advantage of the 6.5 Creedmoor. Oh, there we go. All right, got him in the upper chest. Look at that. Just shattered. So 308 right here coming up, got him in the lungs. It broke his spine right here.
Yeah.
So it would incapacitate him, right?
Oh, 100%.
All right, then let's see what your 6.5 Creedmoor did. So how much wind? You had 1/2 mil of wind. I had
1 to 1/4.
1/2 mil to 1/4. I had a full mil and sometimes 1 1/4 mil. He got the shot down here. We had 2 mils off in elevation. As it comes into his abdomen, you can see that it just does massive damage coming out the back right here through his kidney. What is a shot like this? What do you think it would do to him at 800 right here?
Oh, he's out of the fight. Not even a question. If we're out here doing precision shooting, the only thing you really see is us focusing on headshots and perfect upper thoracic. But the reality is, at this distance, if I can simply combatively slow you down, I can capitalize on that. Even then, you think about any of these shots, this person, he's out of the fight. He might live, but he's no more. He's not a threat to you anymore.
Everybody thinks it has to be this A-zone perfect hit. And the truth is, in combat, you just need to hit them.
Yeah, because they're not standing here. Unless they're a sentry or they're outside of their vehicle, you see how hard it is to shoot at 800 yards. Imagine them moving. It's just, we're just putting
it's almost
proximity. Yeah.
You're lucky to make the shot.
Yeah.
A great example is when President Trump all he did was turn his head and the shooter missed him at 300.
Yeah.
So just humans just naturally just moving, they're just hard to hit.
Here's something I always say when people want to argue ballistics, right? We can look at the science behind ballistics, and I ask them, can I shoot you with a 5.56 right here? You're not going to die. The answer is no. Can I shoot you with a 22? No. Then at some point we have to stop arguing about shot placement and the ballistic energy that's delivered. It doesn't mean that I can't capitalize on it, but the goal is just to remove them out of the fight. If they die, they die. If I can simply remove you out of the fight, whether you live or not, I'm going to go home for that day, most likely.
Yeah, you still win. All right, let's go to 1,000. Come on, old son, let's go. Jason, I got a question for you. We're doing 1,000 yards right now. What do you think the fascination with sniper and 1,000 yards is?
Humans desire to be better than others. Just to be good. Me personally, combatively, for what I plan for, I love training longer ranges, but 500 yards, 6 max in is the sweet spot personally that I feel that we're going to be shooting. The reality is I'm not a sniper. I can do it. But at the end of the day, would I ever take a shot at that distance and give my position away? Maybe, maybe not. So I think it just comes down to people wanting to not be average.
Or maybe if you're from my generation, the movie Sniper with Tom Berenger. This thing will take your head off at 1,000 yards. I will say, at 1,000 yards, it didn't even take us a minute to drive there, though. So when Jason says, give away your position, it didn't even take us a minute to drive there. All right, here we go, 10.8. Oh, let me call. Don't try this at home. We're literally professionals on a professional range. All right, Nate, here we go. Are you ready?
5 o'clock.
Need to come up a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I come up. Impact, 5 o'clock, inch from the edge of the target.
Hey, someone to come up 1/10 right there.
You got a hit a little bit low left of the neck.
Low left of the neck.
Nice.
Ooh. All right, we're going for the Creedmoor, baby. You know what they say about a 6.5 Creedmoor? It's really the 6.5 needs more.
I'll tell you what, your eyesight and my eyesight are in two different worlds.
I'm blind.
All right, lay out of the way.
We're clear.
All right, they're clear.
All right. What'd you hold for a win?
I ended up holding 2/10. Impact. Go ahead and aim at the dummy and let it have it.
All right, let's get it.
Oh, I saw it blow it out the back. Dude, I saw it just flying out the back. So here's what's happened. Somebody just shot at us, a sniper. And so we're gonna time what it takes me to get down there in a buggy. Ready? Go. What are we at? 29 seconds. "51 seconds. All right, guys, listen. If you shoot at somebody, you got 51 seconds to get out of there.
Damn. Look at that.
Okay, so this is next shot from the 308. What happens? You take a shot essentially here.
Well, if you look at the angle, that is what we're really looking at. The angle goes like this because we're shooting over off to the right. This could possibly miss the artery. If it did, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I mean, maybe a little bit of wound packing, a little bit of rest, recovery. He could definitely function and still fight. But if the angle changed a little bit, or if he was turned this way, it is 100% going to rip that artery out of his neck.
Let's say I take this shot here. I'm not going to stand here and fight anymore. I'm going to stop.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and then I'm going to try to pack my wound, or maybe you're going to come pack my wound.
Yeah.
And so how long does that keep us out of the fight, even though we might be able to get back in it?
We can probably still fight, but are we truly effective?
Okay.
And if we look at where you impacted and we look at the velocity and the energy that 308 will deliver at this distance, you're probably not going to have just a through and through and all of this is intact. This whole trap is probably going to be just shredded.
All right, where'd the Creedmoor hit? In the heart. Right in the heart as it comes. Look at this gnarly spin. I watched the bones come out in the spotting scope, just literally. And then they went this far. Look, they went, here's a bone piece. Look at here. Bone piece this far away from the target. They just shattered out with that Creedmoor. The Creedmoor is a match bullet, which means the jacket is lighter, where the 308 is a little harder jacketed bullet. And so the Creedmoor is made to open up, like when it hits target, it opens up.
Here's something interesting. If you look at this, this is just a through and through, obviously, and the wound channel itself is pretty minimal because you didn't hit bones or anything like that, and the type of round we're using. So when people talk about exit wounds and stuff like that, unless we use very similar round types, the projectile, and shoot roughly in the same area, you're not going to get good results. I mean, look at this. Like you said, it blew pieces of bone, 25, 30 feet back there. The simple fact that it did hit bone and stuff like that is 100% going to cause a larger exit wound.
And this shot right here, he's done.
Oh,
on spot, right?
Yeah. You ever seen a deer? I'm sure you like to hunt. You shoot them, and they just drop instantly. It's like hitting the spine. Yeah.
Let's go to 1,200. 1,200 without shooting the target with whichever gun you choose. At what distance can you guarantee a headshot?
Guarantee. Like, if I were to be on a gallows and if I miss, you would hang me?
Yeah.
50 yards. I actually value my life. I'd have to go about 800
yards. You can hit him in the head on the first shot.
Yeah.
Hey man, on that 8, we were just boom, boom, boom. Yeah. We're gonna try for the grand finale. All right, let's go to 12. I said we were gonna do 1,200. We did 13, but because the ride down there takes, I don't know, a minute and a minute back, we don't want to waste the 2 minutes. So we're just gonna go for 13. Okay, that's 1197, so that's 1,200. Okay, so let's go to 17 then. That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.5. All right, Nate, you ready?
5 o'clock. $9:30, edge of target.
Over the top of it?
Yeah, barely, a couple inches.
Come down a 10th. Nate, that target that I'm shooting at is in line with that dummy?
Ask him if they'll walk to the target we're supposed to be shooting.
Walk to the target we're supposed to be shooting. I'm clear.
That's it.
Okay, 1,200. So we're not 1,300. We're 1,200. We cannot count. I'm just going to be completely honest with you, YouTubers. 1,200 is a long ways.
Impact.
All right, let's try it again. Here we go. You ready? Going for the dummy, I'm aiming at his head. Low. How is this happening? How low?
Way low.
Bullets!
If I look back at that and I jerk the trigger, I expect somebody to punch me right in the mouth. Dude, I don't know how to make this hit from here. I have come up 2 mils.
Pressure loose?
No. It's hot. The barrel's hot.
You know as well as I do, once you get past realistically 1,000 yards with a 308,
It's
super hard.
I'm gonna go back at the target with the same dope I had, because I think it's too high. Here we go.
Yeah.
Impact.
All right, I'm going at the target now with that same dope.
You want the dummy?
At the dummy, yep.
We're looking on the target.
Dude, I really want to hit this at 1,200, but I don't know if we can. I just don't know if this gun's gonna do it. Let's let her cool down. You wanna try it with the 6.5?
Yeah, let's get it.
Jason, try 13 mils up.
10, 11, 12, 13. What'd you hold for wind?
I was dancing at 3/4 of a mil right there on wind. Right to the right of it.
Yeah, I saw that one. A little high, a little right.
It might be 1/10 high and to the right of it, but that could just also be this distance. All right, guys, this is really, really hard because we're using short action calibers that we are literally at max ordnance here. We're past the gun's max capability. If you think about it, these guns are just a little, let's just call it 1 MOA guns, dancing around out there at 13 inches. So we're shooting a target like it could be anywhere inside of this range. So what you see is us having to shoot bigger than this target at that far. So the target is as big as me, and we're just dancing around it. So really at this far, a hit is kind of just lucky. Right off the left edge. Ooh, off the right edge. Way right.
Dude, that's not me. That's too inconsistent.
I'm gonna go with the 308 again. All right, Nathaniel, you ready?
I'm getting all hot and bothered down here. I saw the target move.
Bro, if I hit that right now, I want a trophy. Damien, I want you to make me a trophy that says Trey shot 300 times at one target because he couldn't hit it, but he might be the best shooter in the world. All right, look at that, dude.
So check this out. It goes right, okay, goes right over the collarbone, and then it does this.
Oh, that's crazy. Did I hit any bone at all? No.
No.
Look at that. That's a fluke shot, but that's a through and through.
Yeah, that's a showstopper right there, man. That's pretty close to the spine, the scapula, stuff like that. This whole side is immobile.
So guys, listen. It's only because I didn't have another quote-unquote sniper rifle in 6.5 Creedmoor. I only had a hunting rifle, which has made it where at 1200 we've just had problem after problem. And we danced around this target a lot, but we were hitting this target a lot. Like, come up here and look at how small this is, just to show you it's not that big. And so at 1200, when you're using a short action 308, 6.5 Creedmoor, 6mm Creedmoor, 243, whatever fits in that short action, 708, 7mm saw, I'm gonna say that regardless of the caliber, this is too far to try to take a shot at somebody if you have to hit them.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're trying to stay, out of sight, out of mind, you'll sit here all day. I mean, look at the calibers we're shooting. The furthest I've ever shot my 6.5 is over a mile. First round hit. Just smooth as butter. But like you're saying, you got to have the proper gear, equipment for the job that you're trying to perform. And carbon fiber barrel, short action, stuff like that is just not really going to perform as well at these distances.
Yeah, so I say to 1,000, it's money. Past 1,000, switch to a Magnum. Okay, you're gonna try it with the 6.5 Creedmoor first.
Yeah, it seems like it's cooled down enough, and if I do hit it on the first shot, a little bit of skill, mostly luck.
Right over his right shoulder.
All right. Oh, you dinner, but please give me one more shot before you take its head off.
Oh, you're good. Right over his right shoulder. Right in the head.
Did it nick him?
Yep, nicked him right on the left side of his head. Oh, did it hit him in the chest? All right, Jason, get on that 308.
Let's see what we can do here.
Right to the right of him. Right to the left of him. All right, guys, I want you to look at this. 800 yards is an 8-inch group. So we're shooting bigger than a head. So this gun's capability with the ammo is just a little bit bigger than the head, which is why I wish you could see it, but I can watch the trace. It's going right by, right by, right by, and right over. I'm guessing here pretty quick he's gonna come under his neck somewhere. But at any point in time, it'll tighten up in there and take his head off. Boom, you clocked him right in the eyeball.
here's a thought, right? And we don't talk about this enough, is as humans, we love to control things. But when you're dealing with something that is designed to maintain consistency, and then I decide to remove myself from actually giving more input into the rifle. So I basically remove my shoulder from the stock slightly. I'm still making contact. I loosen the grip even more, and I simply pull the trigger straight back, obviously, and then it impacts. So allow the rifle to do majority of the work.
At 800 with the 308. Oh, you blew the back of his brain all the way out. Look at that.
I saw it.
Right in the eyeball. Right in the eyeball. Blew his brains all over the place. Look at her skull. Jason, thanks for joining me. I got a question for you. Is the 308 obsolete?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You always hear people talk about ballistic energy, and maybe a 6.5 is better velocity and trajectory and stuff like that, but you never discount a 308. If you think about it, 308 most likely has more kills than any other caliber throughout human history, for the most part, I would say. But 308 is an awesome rifle.
And I'm not taking away from the 6.5 Creedmoor. 6.5 Creedmoor is amazing. That Hornady ammo just really did some numbers on this thing. If you're going to go barrel life, 6.5 Creedmoor somewhere around 3,000, somewhere around 8 to 10,000 on a 308. Can you afford to shoot a 6.5 Creedmoor? That's a good question. You can shoot 3 barrels out on a 308 versus a 6.5 Creedmoor, but in my opinion, you're not undergunned, you're not missing out, you're well armed and capable with a 308.
I got a question for you, and a lot of people ask, since you shoot precision rifles so much, where does someone start as far as if they're wanting to build a rifle? What are the points that you look for?
A long time ago, the answer was the most expensive piece of glass you could get. But now they've got new scopes coming out like the Arkin that are working. So you could get into this for $1,000 scope, or the new Leupold Mark IVs, maybe $1,400. So you need a good piece of glass, but I would not say that money is the thing for that anymore. I would say just finding quality is. And then the next one is a quality rifle. But, oh man, when I was coming up, you had to have a custom rifle built. That's not the case anymore. Tikka, Savage, Ruger, those guns are just shooting. They're shooting. Taurus just came out with a gun that shoots. So I say if you can just get a good gun that from a reputable maker, Bagara right now, the Ruger Precision Rifle, man, there's just so many options now that make it to where you just need to get a quality rifle with a barrel, go online, read the reviews. If the new Palmetto State gun, I don't know what that is, the Saber, yeah, the one that's a knockoff of the 110, everything I'm seeing on it is it's shooting great. You don't have to have these $15,000, $20,000 rigs like I got. Yeah. I think you can just do a little research and you can see that there's a lot of great guns now for sub $1,500.
Yeah, your only options 20 years ago was Trijicon, Swarovski, foreign optics like that. And like you said back in the day, it was you are going to spend just as much, if not more, for the optic than the rifle. And nowadays, you can have a kick butt rifle for a budget-friendly price.
The industry is very much progressing. The technology is getting better, and it's getting easier to do this.
Yeah, I think personally, when you're first starting out, until you get good, a really expensive rifle you're not going to be able to tell the difference between a more budget-friendly versus a high-end rifle.
When American Sniper came out, everybody would say, Trey, can you teach me how to shoot long range? And I'd be like, sure. Well, what are your goals? I want to shoot 760 yards a mile with a 338 Lapua. And I'm like, guys, stop. So here's what I say to you now. You have 1,000 questions for an instructor to get from 0 to 600. You have maybe 300 questions from 600 to 900. And then you just have a few 50, 60 questions to go beyond that into the 1,500 in the ELR. It takes a lot of time and energy and repetition and learning just to get proficient to 6. You're not going to tell the difference in your gun as long as your gun shoots a minute.
Yeah, we saw the difference from, 1,000 yards out to 1,200. It went from first round hits to not at all with that 6.5.
Yeah. When I started long range shooting in 2000, and I started competing serious in like 2010, and then PRS came around in like 2015, there were very few of us. There might be 10, 15 people show up to a match. Now you show up to a PRS match, it'll be 300 people. You show up out here to this range where we're at, West Texas Ordnance, man, you could have 150, 200 people show up to a match. The technology has made it where a lot more people can get into long range shooting and do it affordably, which I think is amazing. I think the industry did good there, because I think every American, I think it extends the hunting life. My dad's 71 years old. He comes out and he hunts now long range. He can't get out here and walk like this. He can't get out here and walk after an animal, but he can be in the truck and get out and get on a bench and get steady and still shoot. So it extends your time in the woods. Yeah, so I think there's so many benefits to it. I'm very proud of how the community has come along. And 308 isn't obsolete. Jason, thanks for coming out, and I enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
And guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications. Stick around.
And have a great day, and God bless.